was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had, you know, like people were taught how to think, we're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. Like,
all right, so in the very beginning, the first minute of the video, he talks about it was his subconscious and it was a feeling, frequencies, energies, and vibrations. I told you, before it becomes a thought, it's a feeling. And when those that are tuned in, tapped into them higher self, or their true self, or their God, or you're listening, you're feeling. Like in Kanye, I mean, he's a creator. He's multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire in regards to recording artists and fashion and things of that nature, but like he's super tapped into his creative side. So he said it was a subconscious feeling, and then the part where he's about to explain now is talking about going against the grain or doing something that you're not supposed to do. Because you're black, you're not supposed to like Trump. So enjoy.
You can't do it for this reason, you can't do this for that reason. So, and you know, I'm not coming up here to justify anything. It's, you know, you can't tell me nothing. I made the song, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me what I'm, you know, supposed to do. And also, it's like, the idea of icons and representations, you know, I don't subscribe to icons. You take like the Nazi symbol, if you go to India, it's all over the place, but it doesn't represent that. It represents something different. So for me to wear that hat means I want to make America great in my own way. So yeah.
So symbolism is very powerful, and the fact that like he was talking about with the icon, the Nazi symbol, it does have sacred geometry is very real, and he understands that being a fashion designer and traveling all over the world and doing a lot of having access to information, but what he was alluding to was the Nazi symbol looking like the Sri Yantra, and that's, like I said, it's a sacred geometry symbol that's been around for years and years and years, and it has something to do with how this vessel reacts to it. So it's exciting to hear Kanye, like I said, take the power back. He said, I don't subscribe to the icons, I don't subscribe to the system. And in the beginning, like, the guy made a joke about his daughter, Northwest, his father. You see, he didn't even really pay attention to that, because like at the end of the day, in communication, you got to give them your energy.
Were you wearing the hat specifically to show support for Donald Trump? Or was it a bigger statement about free thought?
I mean, I'm an artist, right? So to ask an artist, there's infinite reasons. There's infinite reasons to the why an artist does something. An artist doesn't need suggestions. An artist needs paintbrush and a canvas. So this opened up a conversation. I'm probably gonna do the least good explanation of why. I'm just connected with the universe, period. You know, I'm just, and that's gonna come off whack. Don't try to wacko-jacko me.
Boom. So, right there, like, they want a specific reason, like, oh, he's pro-Trump, he's this, that, and the third, so why he would wear the hat, like, why would he say that, just like he's going to talk about the why he said the slavery is a choice, but like, yo, he hit him with the fact that I'm an artist, and we create, and there's an infinite amount of answers, like, and me being a spiritual individual, like, that's how I feel at times, like, tapping into the creator and the source, and listening to the birds and the bees, and understanding thyself, there's an infinite amount of answers. I don't have all the answers, but I do have the answers that the universe, my source, my higher self is giving me, my guide, my spirit guide, like, and that's what he said, like, yo, Brandon, what's going up? Look, like, so when he said that, when he made that statement, he just said, oh, y'all gonna call me wacko jacko, because at the end of the day, everybody that thinks that this illusion of 3D is real, like, he's being real, and this is all on purpose. Like, he's not, like, like I said, I'm doing this video to break down exactly what he was doing, so he's getting them riled up. Y'all enjoy the rest of the video.
For saying that, because that's what the media is trying to do. They're attacking me with these smoke screens that I'm not gonna fall for. Like I see you got Daz Dillinger on it. So they put on Media Takeout, it said the Crips have a hit on Kanye West, right? And I said, wow, this is really like the Malcolm X movie. They're really gonna send some black people to kill me. And then when I read it, it said the Crips are gonna beat Kanye up when they see him, and I was like, oh, that's so dope. They love me. That's like my brother. Your brother beat you up. Like, man, you getting out of line, bro. You tripping. I'm gonna beat you up. I was like, oh, man, that's love, man. Daz love me, and I love Daz. And
so you're not taking it seriously? That's how you took it when you saw the video of Daz saying...
Oh, you can live through an ass whooping. You ain't gonna live through, you know, what I think that they're probably their idea is to beat sense into me. But, you know, when you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're meant to...
All right. Boom. He just said it. For 400 years, it's a choice. I did a video, and I did that video the other day. Slavery in America started in 1619. The first slaves came here. It ended in America in 1865. So that comes out to be 246 years. With Kanye West, he dropped a secret nugget, and it was so mind-blowing that if slavery didn't end in 1865 and we still were slaves, because he's not talking about shackles and plantation slaves, he's talking mindset shackles and slaves, emotional slaves, slavery to the illusion of money, slavery to the illusion of time, but like the mindset shackles. If we were still in slavery right now, we'd be 399 years. So that's when he said 400 years, bruh. That sound like a choice. Like when we was born into, our ancestors was born into slavery, but to still be victim to mental slavery right now, that's a choice. And this is the statement that most African Americans misunderstood, and they're upset with him now. I love how he took it to the point where when he was talking, he was like, yo, like the media, propaganda is something that's not new. They've been using propaganda to cause rifts and divisions, and this is that. Look at that. They use propaganda to tear apart the Black Panthers. They use propaganda to tear apart Martin and Malcolm. Like, they use propaganda, and right now Kanye is taking propaganda and using it against himself. So like, really, he wanted somebody to engage him about that 400 years, just like when he said the Crips was like, they're gonna beat me up, they're gonna beat sense into me. That's love, bro. You take the power back. That's love, man. So listen, we're gonna get some more into this.
In prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're one. We're the human race. We're human beings and stuff. And eventually, you know.
Can I go back to something you just said? Because I don't want to let it pass. You said that slavery was around for 400 years. At a point, it becomes a choice.
Yeah, right now we're choosing to be enslaved. We're like, okay, so Ebro, I FaceTime him, and I'm there with Candace, right? And Ebro starts bringing up his version of facts, right? And Candace has facts. She's researched, right? Candace Owens has facts. She's researched. And then Candace just pulls out her Jedi lightsaber and just, you know, chops Ebro's head off with facts. Then Ebro FaceTimes me the next day, and he's talking about the scoop, and poop. He wants to talk about music now. I said, yo, you gonna have Candace on your show? He's like, no, I'm not. She's mean. So you're gonna stifle her voice, Ebro. You're choosing to enslave people's minds. You're choosing to not let the truth be free.
Can I give you my translation of what happened last week and tell me if it's right?
Okay.
Boom. So, when he said that it was the choice, right? And he said it, and he brought it again to your attention. I keep repeating, slavery ended in 1865. The slavery that Kanye West and everybody else, Farrakhan and everybody talking about, is the mental slavery. He's like, you're choosing to be enslaved right now. Like, the truth will set you free. This is the thing. Stop. Sky, what up? Nah, my hair is there. Like, that keeps me sane. This is my energy source right here. This is how I keep grounded. But listen, slavery still being that choice. Like, it's a mindset. Like, if you really like not living who you are, and He's gonna get into it some more, but he really just talking about the truth. When you got facts, like the stuff I talked about and the stuff that like Ascended Master and meditation, prayer, and the words, like you see this guy bringing it back. He's trying to take control of the conversation, but you're gonna see Kanye maneuver and Jedi saber this entire conversation. Stay tuned.
The way I see it, you don't necessarily endorse, embrace the views of Donald Trump as much as you want to show people that they shouldn't be intimidated from showing their true feelings, expressing themselves freely, and that the hat is a lightning rod for this kind of free thought that is lost in our society because people get bullied and shouted down and they're intimidated to the point where they have to shut up. Is that fair?
It's the mob. The mob tries to tell you what to think. The mob tries to make all blacks be Democrats for food stamps and stuff. It's the mob. Like, and by the way, you're just talking to the emotion. When you get Candace, ask her, she's gonna drop you the facts.
We're gonna have Candace on in a bit.
The kid, if you ask the kid that stood in Tiananmen Square in front of the tank why he did it, he might not be able to explain that. But you can't diminish that moment if I can't give you the direct explanation.
But that kid had a righteous point of view that he really believed in, and that's why he was standing in front of the tank.
My righteous point of view is free thought. Now, if you want to ask me, I don't have extremely strong political opinions.
Like, and free thought, like the ability to think for yourself and not have, like I said, he said, that kid had a righteous opinion and the stand in front of that tank, that Kanye wearing the Make America Great hat allowed all the communities to have this conversation about what is making America great. And even having this conversation right now, this whole point of wearing the hat to getting on TMZ to having this interview was for him to start letting y'all know. Y'all heard them drop the statement about the mob. Yeah, my last name is Morgano. My grand peoples, my peoples, we out there. We did some things. I have aunts and uncles. We did some things, but it's okay. But that is not an illusion. I mean, that is another one of those illusions. And in big business, big farm, all these big industries, Vegas, all of them. There's people that been around and controlling that. And like I said, Kanye is in a position now where he don't care about like losing his life because he understands that death is even illusion. The fear of death, the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism. He's now in a position now where he's like, yo, I'm just feeling my way through this, man. So.
Talk to John Legend if you want some political. I've never been into politics. I just love Trump. That's my boy. Like, it's like so many rappers. You look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community. Yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. I represent not even the future, it's the now. We're in 2008.
Yo, literally, like these vessels, these bodies that we're in, they're awesome vehicles, right? Like he's like, yo, you label me black, you label me artist, hip hop. He's like, yo, he's a mogul. He understands that he's an ascended master. He brings these things to the attention to while these people are asking him questions, and he's taking back control over it. Like when you understand that we are all connected in one way, shape, form, or fashion, and we don't fit in one box, as in black boy or male or female or heterosexual or this, that, and the third. We fit in multiple boxes at multiple different times, but he said not in the future, but the present, the right now, this moment right now. He's bringing everybody's attention back to right now.
We're in the now, bro, you know what I mean? And I represent the now, and I represent what the possibilities of a new peaceful planet. We're at the beginning of it. You saw it in North Korea, but people denounce that. And you say, you said this thing, you put this whole thing. People love to say all, every, blah, blah, blah. It's not that. It's 100 sides to every story. So if you talk about Trump, yeah, there's a laundry list of things that I don't have in front of me that my friends would text me or write me emails that say, he did this. Some of them Obama did too, but it wasn't, it's loud. It's, wow, the room is quiet in here. The room is quiet now. So
all right, what he just did right there, like he didn't have to engage the room. Like, he understands, he's Kanye West. So when he talked about the Trump and the Obama aspect, the Trump and the Obama aspect was to let people know it's the contrast. Like, Obeezy was the black man's savior. Obeezy did a lot of things. He gave us hope. It's awesome. I love what Obeezy did. But when you bring that up, it automatically gives the contrast of black and white. So now when he's brought that up and said the room is quiet in here, he's sending out signals to everybody now, like, look, I'm ready to engage with y'all. I'm ready to engage. So watch what happens over the next few minutes.
Okay, and then there's positive things, right? And that never comes out. That's when they refer to fake news, because it can be skewed and stuff. It's like the media and the liberals and the echo chamber and all that is having the most sore loss of all time. Like, that we're gonna just keep putting out. It's like torture porn. We're gonna keep showing you negative, when these are human beings. Even like with George Bush, people said don't apologize. I'm like, wait a second, I just saw George Bush pushing George Bush Sr. in a wheelchair, and he just lost his wife. Do you know how bad I would want to go to George Bush and say, I'm sorry for hurting you. I was an artist, I was hurting when I went up to the television. But he pissed the Nazis off even more. Hold on, bro. I'm on a wave right here.
Okay. All right.
You talk every day.
All right.
This is with the love. Give me a hug. I don't mean, but come on.
It's all good.
So I told you, like, everybody is real. They feel real emotional about Obeezy. Like, I love Obeezy, but when you get around black people that have some type of awareness and some type of political standpoint, you start talking about Obeezy, and like, he was the opioid. He did lull us to sleep. Like, in all honesty, I share with a lot of people, we are African American culture, or a culture in the middle to low class, are doing more now that Trump is in presidency than Obeezy was in presidency. But we say these things. He had to calm homeboy down, because he doesn't want to do what he's about to do with the guy that went off on him. Like, because like, at the end of the day, it wouldn't mean as much if this guy goes off. But he talks about the words, and like the stream that he's on is real. Even him talking about getting the Nazis pissed off. Like, the crazy thing about it, we're in a global economy, and Kanye, just like I said, him wearing the hat put him in a position to sit up here and drop major nuggets after nuggets.
Let genius be free.
Let genius be free.
We're going to go and talk. I want to talk to the guys in Charlottesville on both sides. On both sides.
Yes.
Do you know what Obama would say? He'd be like, man, if you're this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a white supremacist. I don't support white supremacy. By the way, white supremacy is a redundant statement in America. Whites are supreme in America. That's what we talk.
You see him shaking his head.
And my mom and my dad, I mean, wow, they're all in one. My wife said to my daughter, tell daddy what you learned in school. And she said, I learned that mama's white and I'm black. I said, damn, I wish I got the heads up. They said, no, we had to tell her because of Martin Luther King's birthday. But a white teacher told her that. So what does it mean to be black in America if a white teacher tells her that she's black? You might be Kanye West's daughter, but you black.
You ain't hear nothing about this.
My daughter was free. We start putting these ideas and ideals on people. That's why we are in a simulation. When you're 3 years old, 2 years old, you go and you hop up on a coffee table, and then your auntie that you don't really like comes to you and says, don't jump on that while you playing. It's a coffee table. Now you're 3 years old. You don't care about coffee or a table. This went from being something that elevates you while you're playing to something that is a distraction. You know, I can't even find the exact word. Obstruction to your joy. Now, by the time you're 30, by the time you're 40, by the time you're 50, how many coffee tables do you have in your life?
See the guy shaking his head.
You're trying to make every everyone happy. People
Net.
need to start worrying about themselves.
Yes.
If I go and grab some water out the fridge and I'm in the studio, I'm not asking nobody if they want water. I'm not assuming. If you want water, you saw me grab the water. You go grab your own water. We need to start being worried about ourselves and stop being worried about what other people think.
Yes.
And we have the right to free thought. And guess what? No, this is not the Malcolm X movie. No black person is finna touch Kanye West. We got love. Nobody finna touch me. Nobody.
Okay, so
We
we're
got
gonna take a
love.
break, but I just have to ask one quick thing. Based on what you've just said here, it sounds to me you got precisely the reaction you wanted by wearing that hat.
Precisely.
I didn't want a reaction.
You wanted a reaction.
No.
You knew there was going to be a reaction.
I knew there was going to be a reaction, but I'm just living my life day by day, doing what I feel and what the Spirit calls upon me.
Spirit. Hey,
Also
obedience.
opens up this dialogue that you're not apologizing, because everybody else, when they make a statement like that, they end up apologizing because they're so worried about what people say on social media.
Well, you know why when I went
Fear
to visit him the
criticism.
first time,
Right after the election.
yeah, and I took the tweets down and everything.
Yeah.
Because I was drugged the out, bro. I was drugged out. I was on opioids. 2 days after I got off of opioids, and I was addicted to opioids, 2 days I got off of opioids, I'm in the hospital, right? I'm taking hey, everyone listen to this, please. 2 days before I was in the hospital, I was on opioids. I was addicted.
Now, right now, it looks like it's one of the Kanye West's rants. He's talking about random things, bang, 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 bang. But he's bringing attention to mental health and mental illness and mental illness in the celebrity industry game. And he's sending off more energy. Me being a speaker, everything is about communication, give and take. He's sending off more energy to the crowd to get a connection or a reaction out of somebody that's going to will to give him some free thought. That's going to be direct contrast of what he wants to say. But he also is bringing attention to the fact that how media and propaganda has the industry in the world not thinking freely and thinking that you have to be inside of a perfect box and a perfect shape and equals perfect food. So like many seeds.
To opioids. I had plastic surgery because I was
And
trying to
opioid
look good for
addiction.
y'all. I got liposuction because I didn't want y'all to call me fat like y'all called Rob at the wedding and made him fly home before me and Kim got married. I didn't want y'all to call me fat, so I got liposuction.
And Salducci, white supremacy, just saying this, this whole thing, and Angry Brother, this whole thing is about words, bro. We in a position of words. It ain't even about black or white, yo. He's not even claiming about black or white, but I'm not gonna defend it. But I just need you to see and listen to the entirety of what's going on. It's deeper than black or white. It's a class war that's going on. It's a spiritual war, it's a class war, and there's a race war that's at the bottom. And he's gonna talk about that.
Right? And they gave me opioids, right? And I started taking 2 of them and then driving to work on the opioids, right? Then my boy, and I'd always ask my boy, to hand me of his, we on tour, give me some weed, blah, blah, blah. So he had to go give me the opioids. And there was talks amongst my camp, like Ye's popping pills, right? So when he handed to me, he said, this is used to kill genius, right? So I didn't take it. 2 days later, I'm in the hospital. I was taking 2 pills a day at that time. When I left the hospital, how many pills you think I was given? 7. I went from taking 2 pills to taking 7.
And this is another thing, like I checked myself into the mental hospital earlier this year, and like I said, I suffer from PTSD, ADHD, depression, anxiety, all these things that most creative geniuses suffer from. Most people that are in the African American community suffer from. And you go into a big farm or a big business, like I told you, he's not just talking about one just thing. It's not, you heard him, he's not even really talking about politics. Politics is not the thing that he's most important about. Like he's talking about his life. life, yo. His life. And the thing about it is, like, mindset Morgano, me, the only reason that I came to do this is because like, every time I talk to an African-American person from the hood or that went through any type of struggle, the first thing they do is get upset with Kanye and what he's doing right now. Like, talking love, positivity, prosperity, like, yo, it's the hardest thing to do when everybody wants to talk war and our enemies and this, that, and the third. But what he just said, he went into the hospital, he was only taking 2 pills, and when they got him out of the hospital, he was taking 7. This is coming from a young man whose mom is addicted to pills. This is coming from a young man who's been around tons of pill poppers and pill dealers. Yo, this is real. The opioid addiction is something real, and these are something that is prescribed by the FDA and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, this message, I don't care what you think about Kanye, this story, these nuggets it has to be delivered. So like I said, I'm just the messenger. Booyah.
So the reason why I denounced, why I dropped those tweets and everything, because I was drugged the out, bro.
And most people think this is his excuse.
These pills that they want me to take 3 of a day, I take 1 a week, maybe 2 a week. Y'all had me scared of myself, of my vision. So I took some pills so I wouldn't go to the hospital and prove everyone right. We are drugged out. We are following other people's opinions. We are controlled by the media. And today it all changes. You got Tupac and Lennon in that hallway. Today it all changes. We need to think how to think free. We need to be free thinkers. Then we need to learn how to feel free. People say feel free, but we don't even know how to feel free or think free.
Yo, literally, see, this is the thing, yo, it had nothing to do. He wanted to get on TMZ and ask their questions and do all the other things, but he's speaking to the people there. He's a farmer. He's planting seeds, feeling, frequencies, energies, and vibrations. Everything is a feeling before it becomes a thought or a word. So at the end of the day, even Sal, like I said, you're entitled to your emotions and feelings, bro. But when you wrote that message with the get the fuck out of here because he's speaking white supremacy, you felt that shit in the bottom of your stomach. Just like this guy that's about to go off on his feelings about blackness and being a choice. But Kanye needed this. He needed this. If it would have just been him doing this, saying everything that he said, it wouldn't have went viral. He had to seem crazy. Like, he's the most content, he's the most sane individual that I've seen in a very long time, and you'll see his sanity throughout the process.
What you feel, positive or negative. I just got off the phone with J. Cole. He said, how you feel when they said the Crips is gonna kill you? I said, man, that was the headline. But when they said they wanted to beat me up, I said, that's great. They're my brothers. They love me. They don't want nothing to happen to you. They just want to beat some sense into me. I love Daz. I love the Crips. I love the Bloods. I love everyone.
But you and I have had a talk about this, Kanye, that you say you have to love everybody. I just don't believe that, because I think there are people who are evil and people who want to hurt you. And I think you've got to distinguish people. And however you want to do it, but you've got to distinguish this group from this group or this person from this group. Okay, the people are. And you want to hear everybody's. You want to hear everybody's side, but people are not. At some point,
it's probably better just to have Harvey, because I got too much to say, and when y'all both say stuff, y'all just gonna confuse my stream of thought. Okay. I love you, but you can sit here. That's cool. Now I was gonna
take the conversation right back.
On this chair right now, right? You know why I'm not standing on the chair right now?
Here we go.
Do y'all remember an Oprah Winfrey moment? What do y'all remember, Oprah Winfrey? Who's that? Tom Cruise.
Yes, he's asking questions to engage the audience. He didn't have to engage them. He's engaging them, searching for someone to be a free thinker.
I'm not gonna hop on my coffee table. Okay, that makes him crazy?
A little bit.
Okay, so you're more crazy to be a Scientologist. So Scientology is a lesser religion than any other religion, right?
They believe in aliens.
Wait a second. Scientology is a lesser religion than any other religion. That's what you're saying?
It's not believable, and it's not a religion.
So what's a religion?
He's asking
not classified as a religion.
Oh, she doesn't have
any. And what's the reason for that?
financial gain.
Oh, she doesn't know.
They don't have as much money as the church.
She's not
You're
a
gonna
master
lose this one,
communicator.
Carly. You're gonna lose this one.
Oh yeah, shut her down. But he needed the communication.
No, what is it? We haven't. We're on now.
Look, he wanna talk. Look, he said we on now.
How many people
We on now.
are feeling? How many people felt something that I said today? Raise a hand if you felt something that I said today.
Knew exactly what he was doing. Look, we're on now. Look, raise your hand if you felt something that I said today. He had that conversation with the young lady because he needed them to feel him. He needed it. No, listen, he stopped the black guy again because he wants to have this interaction and engagement with someone of African-American descent and preferably an African-American male so we can have the compare and contrast. The both sides, him and T.I., he understands we need to have this conversation. And the only way we're going to have it if someone is deep in their feelings. But the biggest thing about this is the master of all of it is you got to control those feelings, bruh.
Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
Yes.
Do,
I don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually asking thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because, Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living a life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice.
Hey.
Every day we have to walk into that truth while you choose.
Okay, so he's mad, and he repeated it. They needed him to repeat the 400 years being a choice, because now wants to go out in internet world, he's going to keep repeating it. And then when people go do their research, he's going to be like, oh, like I did. I did my research. Slavery started in America in 1619 and ended in America in 1865. So the slavery that the ascended masters are talking about is mental bondage, mental slavery. And this man that they're giving much credit to for him being able to speak out and articulate himself, but you can tell when he doesn't have control over his emotions or feelings. Kanye West is sitting back chilling. He looks like he's saddened because, oh, it's another black man. No, he's fully in control of this conversation. This is exactly what he wanted, so we can have this discussion right now.
To say things that, to be honest with you, dog, are nonsensical. You want to think freely? That's fine. I'll combat your free thought with my free thought because mine is grounded in a reality that I've been giving and a reality that I'm going to change, but I'm not going to do it by pretending that the enemies are on the same team as me. And frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. That's the way I feel. Stand on all the coffee tables you want to stand on, say whatever you want to say, but don't throw a stone, then hide your hand like the rest of us are just gonna swallow it. Yay, be yay, I'm off it, forever. Do you, but remember, the life that I live is as a real person. An actual person.
Now the thing is, he said something. He said grounded in reality. This reality has been forced upon us.
The Matrix.
It's a choice.
Hey.
Just like when I said slavery is a choice.
Hey.
The reality, we can make our own reality. We can.
See, now listen to me. This whole thing was staged from a standpoint of this is what Kanye wanted. He wanted the person to be able to speak on reality and this, that. Yes, this reality is a choice. Like, I'm an African-American business owner that have several books and this, that, and the third. I'm also a father of 5. I grew up with that fatherlessness thing and grew up with a mom addicted to pills and drugs. I'm not supposed to be in this reality right now, but I broke the matrix unconsciously because it's not the first time I did this. Yes, delusions, illusions. This is a huge illusion. Like the guy that was just talking, he's more in his feelings than really understanding what Kanye is even trying to say. Like he said, the choice is a choice to remain a slave after slavery ended in 1865. It is a choice to still be mentally in bondage. And this, like I said, this is where it gets fun.
about history, but not too long. We need to talk
about it,
art
not
now
too
because we can
long.
fix and start loving each other now. I say we have no enemies. We don't have enemies. Black
Take the
people
power
have
back.
a tendency to focus and march when a white person kills a black person or wears a hat. But when it's 700 kids being killed in Chicago,
get real.
it's okay.
Or Jersey,
It's okay
or Virginia,
for blacks
or
to kill
LA.
blacks.
Come
But
on.
if it's a white
Come on,
thing,
we've been doing this.
You're saying that's okay.
That's no, wait.
there's been more
Look, he's not in control of his
marches
feelings.
That is a lie.
about
Yo, don't
whites
believe that.
killing
Oh,
blacks
what are you doing?
than kids in Chicago killing each other.
That's a lie. There are black people working.
There are no marches of
90% of black people being killed are killed by other blacks.
No, that's a fact.
The black
But there-
homicide
no,
rate is a fact.
that is a fact.
Black
But
on
there-
black crime is a fact.
but there are
Nobody
black
wants
people-
to march with a black
Okay,
person
wait a
with a
second.
black.
Now this is a problem.
Wait a second.
We have to. You're too far. You have to be closer to me.
I'm here right now. There are black people working every single
brother,
day.
don't
to
scream
combat-
because it will make us look
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't care how we looking for that. If you talking some, come on.
Listen, don't scream, brother, because it will make us look crazy. Look, I just want to have a sensible conversation with you, brother. Get out your feelings, brother, because it'll make us look crazy. This is what we wanted, brother, because when we have these conversations like this and we can carry ourselves intellectually, brother, we can move past our feelings, brother, because I don't want to step on your toes, brother, because this is where we have to go. 90% of African Americans are killed by other blacks, but we march when a white person goes and shoot up a church, or we march when a cop kills us. We're killing ourselves. We're killing our generations. We're killing our mothers and fathers, our brothers and sisters. Come on, man. Like, we're mad right now. This had to happen, bro. But listen, control your emotions and enjoy.
No, when you scream,
This is what I'm saying.
when you scream and you don't talk, it
Okay.
doesn't look
Okay.
Right.
Let me just say something.
Let me impart this. Let me impart this upon you.
Okay, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about because these are two different versions of somebody else's truth. This is two different versions of somebody else's truth. So he gets up and he's talking slavery, right? Okay, I'm not enslaved, so that it's like I don't mean to insult his
No,
reality.
Kanye, come on over.
I don't mean
I
to
just want to give him a hug.
right, like I don't mean to.
No, I think you might want to fight me, but I want to give him a hug.
Okay, but like.
Let's finish the
Well,
conversation.
Kanye-
We got to finish the conversation.
Well, Kanye
I
just
love you, and I want to give you a hug. I feel like you want to fight me right now, but I love you.
I don't fight with my fist, man. I've been through that. This is what I'm saying.
So if I come over there, you're not gonna fight me?
No, I'm not gonna hit Kanye West and TMZ.
So listen, like, yo, him understanding, like, yo, dude was super in his feelings, and you most welcome, Dontrell. Like I said, I'm just being obedient, bro. Like I said, I'm tapping back into the matrix right now. Like if Kanye run for president, I'm gonna be his spiritual advisor. Like, but you see two or more combined in God's presence, he held it down. But literally, he said, yo, I feel like you want to fight me, bro. Like I feel like you want to fight me, and his words following that. This is the hero that everybody's talking. Man, my heroes ain't gonna be punk ass bitches, yo. Like, if I want to fight you, I'm gonna fight you. He's like, I feel like you want to fight me, bro. He's like, I'm not gonna punch Kanye West in TMZ, but watch the reaction when Kanye come give him love. Just everything is about paying attention. I need love, bruh.
Bro,
Love
you gotta
conquers
be
all.
responsible, man.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
I'm sorry I hurt you,
man,
bro.
Your voice is too big. You gotta
I'm
be
sorry I hurt you,
responsible.
bro. I love you, bro. I'm sorry.
Look,
I'm
look.
sorry I hurt you with my words, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I love you, bro.
Look, he ain't even dapping him up. Come on. Talking about black on black.
I didn't mean to wear the hat out the blue and shock so many people and not give them a way out of the pain. I understand that gave them pain, that made them see pain. But guess what? When I went into the hospital. We're now in the hospital. TMZ is the hospital to fix the world.
Hey.
Obama.
Bro?
Yeah.
TMZ is the hospital to fix the world. Like, literally understanding that those lines right there, and you won't see it or hear it anywhere on social media where Kanye West is on. Yo, this is the same Kanye West that said Jesus walks with me. He never forgot who he is, yo. The crazy thing about it, if he's shedding skin right now. Kanye West understand that he's ascending and going to another level, and he, like he said, his camp can't have no get your hands out of my pockets. But this being this is the hospital. The church. This is on Sunday, right? The church is supposed to be the hospital. Happy Mother's Day to all those that went to church. But TMZ was the hospital. He apologized to the dude, letting him know, I love you, bro. I'm sorry that me wearing a hat brought pain and hurt to you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry that I'm being me. me and me being me hurt your feelings. Oh man.
That's not true. Listen, first of all, calmly.
What's your name though?
Sit here and say it's not true.
I'm sorry for disappointing you, Van.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Calmly.
Yeah.
What you said up there,
Oh, Sal, I gotta ask NC. Sal, I definitely appreciate you staying in here the whole video, so I'm gonna ask you your question. 84% of whites are killed by whites. So what's the point when blacks are killed? Blacks, they get arrested when cops kill unarmed black people when they go home and make a sandwich. What's the point? Like, the point of the matter is that, like, we're defeating ourselves. Like, the crazy thing about it, the great African proverb, or the great proverb says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside us can do us no harm. We look at ourselves as enemies. Like, we can't even see ourselves and see prosperity or greatness. We can't big ourselves up. There's a mindset, this thing called Jim Crow that was placed on us. This African American right here that's speaking against Kanye right now, that's hurting his feelings, like, he doesn't know how much detriment he could have did to this message and this vision right now. But he's playing his part because he's in his feelings and he is educated. So at the end of the day, we're going through a transition where we gotta love ourselves, and most African Americans or people that come from poverty don't love themselves. So what's the point about black on black crime? Black on black crime go way deeper than just a black person killing another black person. It goes deeper to the point where we hate ourselves, we hate our children, we hate our parents. So all this hate, how can we grow in love? And where God is taking us is about love. And there's going to be some points in here. This is going to show you that mainstream media doesn't want love to be the vocal point of it, because love conquers all. And when God shared that, like, it goes real deep. So I hope that answered your question, Sal.
Gonna go. The statistic on black on black violence is true. What they don't tell you is there are people dedicating their lives to working throughout the problems of black people. There are black people every day, boots on the ground.
Right now.
They're all over the place that are working towards this. Like, every single day, people are trying to fix this problem. The narrative that black people don't care about black lives until a white person takes them is false.
No, it's not false.
Not true.
Yeah, how you gonna just say it's false?
The people that are doing this work in communities every day, guys all over the place, they don't get the type of reverence, they don't get the type of shine, they don't get the type of light spotted on them. What I'm trying to say is, while we're having all of these conversations about stuff that gets covered on the news, who's gonna talk about what doesn't get covered on the news?
Me. Hello.
Like, to me, for me, for a lot of years, the dude that inspired me to be more than what I was in Baton Rouge, that was you. Ask everybody in this room.
Oh, this is why he was so hurt. So
ask
this is why
everybody
I
in
went
here
to the
how
T.
many times we've had a Kanye West story and I've stood there the only person to defend Kanye West because of what you meant to me, and then after that, you slap me in my face by getting next to people who mean me harm and who don't even care about the fact about being.
Oh, he slapped Kanye. Kanye slapped you in the face, bruh. That mean you harm? Like, Trump actually means you harm? Like, you, out of every person, out of all 400 million people in the world, he means you harm. This is the thing. It's a mindset. If you think people are going to come after you and kill you, that's what's going to happen. I lied to you not. Your thought process about what we get in this life is very much so real. Yes, the fear of the violence that's rising in the world, but it's in the entire world. It's not just in America. The understanding that cops kill black people, they've been doing that since the beginning. It's not something new. It's just more of attention on it now. But like, this guy, bro, he doesn't have any control of his emotions or feelings. Like, he right here is really why he said all the shit that he said about Kanye, because he looked up to him. He idolized another man when you're supposed to be idolizing yourself. You're supposed to be looking up to yourself. We're supposed to be having father figures and grandfather figures that we look up to, but we idolize these famous individuals, these rappers, these actors, these people that are regular ass people too. They're regular people that have their own issues, their own things, and when they act like themselves, we dog them, we judge them, we criticize them. Judgment, criticism, and condemnation is one of the biggest things that's running rampant in our community, and it's destroying the church, and it's destroying the African American movement, and it's destroying the economic and emotional evolution. So Kanye West, just to share this with y'all, he is the messiah of the messiahs in this hip-hop game right now. Not just this hip-hop game, just ascended master game, and being able to control his thought, to articulate his thought, to be able to determine and direct his frequencies and energy. So, like I said, it's not just him and me and you. Like, it's a bunch of us, man. But y'all gonna enjoy the rest of this.
What is about the fact that they mean me harm?
I think that we have to get next to everyone. If we don't like Trump, we have to talk to them. We have to talk because Trump is a human being also, and he's in a very powerful position, and he's doing a lot of things to actually help business owners be able to go past all these fake laws and rules. Candace can give you the facts better than that, but
like, yo, literally, like, yo, for real, from a business owner standpoint, the loopholes that business owners get, and it, like, yo, like, we're in the most economic age ever, but most people talking about, man, no jobs. They sending out jobs over there. What?
We need to speak to people. Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So we keep on saying, I hate you, you. How are we going to get a different result out of hate? Why don't we just try love? Why don't we just try love? Why can't it be okay for an influential rapper in the black community to go up to the president and talk to him about how we can make a change one by one? We have the resources for a peaceful world. I believe that Kim Jong-un didn't believe that Obama was crazy enough to come at him. You know, sometimes you need some crazy to change something. Steve Jobs was crazy. Now we all on Steve Jobs' phones. They say Trump's crazy. They say I'm crazy. But I'm here to show love. And we're going to make it through. I know I disappointed you today, brother. And I know I disappointed the black community when I wore the hat. And I'm sorry for disappointing you. But like I just told J. Cole on the phone right now, it's a bigger plan. And I'm just doing what the universe told me. Now, I'm not drugged the out, but I did pop a 911 yesterday before I got here to make sure I didn't prove everybody right. So I do think that pharmaceuticals can be extremely helpful. Everything in moderation, though.
Kanye, we are going to take a break right now. We are back, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this was forgetting about particular views, issues. The reason
not forgetting
I was really
about
interested in doing this with Kanye
not forgetting
is
about
because he got me thinking about the notion of free thought, which honestly, on that level, I completely agree with him. I think free thought is almost dead in this country, that people are bullied into feeling a certain way, and if you don't believe what somebody else
Mission
does,
accomplished.
they will bully you and boycott you and try to kill you. And that's what I was connecting with, not specific issues, but you tell us what the root of all of this is. What are we talking about? Are we talking about free thought, free love? What is it?
It's free love. It's the spirit. You know, you had, in the office, you had Tupac and John Lennon on the wall. I don't want to be the third one, but I'm willing to be the third one for free love on that wall.